teachers, in this video we are going to walk through assigning U.S. history content to students and give you a few tips and tricks for what you might want to access and check as you are assigning within Realize. Also, please note, we just recently, as of November 6, 2020, majorly simplified the login process for students. So now when they click on Savvis Realize in Clever, it will take them directly to their Savvis Realize dashboard, no more going through EasyBridge. The other thing that will be simple is there's also a link that you can dump directly into Google Classroom, so you don't even have to have students go to Clever first. They can just go to Savvis Realize from a special link you can put in Classroom. It will complete that sign-in process for them as well. If you have questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's take a look at our content here. We're going to start in the green section, which is always the browse section. It is the same for both you and students. This is where you can browse through different aspects of the text. In the red section, you as a teacher will see your classes and any assignments and attachments that you might have submitted to you. Students here in the red section will see their assignments that you have given them. And then in the data section, which is blue, you will see course scores. Students will be able to see grades if you are choosing to post any type of scores in Savvis Realize. Let's head into the browse and take a look at our products. I'm going to scroll down. You're going to notice, because this is my trainer account, I have every single Savvis Realize product in here. The three that we're going to focus on, or two that we're going to focus on, is Project Imagine, United States History, and then United States History Reconstruction to the Present. Please make sure you're on the Reconstruction to the Present text that does not say 2013. This text has been slightly updated. This is the one that we currently have product for. So you want to make sure that you are selecting this one. If you are missing either one of your text, you will be able to get your text by clicking on your icon in the upper right-hand corner, selecting Settings, clicking My Programs, and then from here you will be able to click the checkbox for any programs that you need to add to your account. Heading back into Browse, we'll first take a look at the regular U.S. history textbook. It is organized the same exact way as the student book is. You'll notice that it is organized by topic. You'll also notice in certain parts there is a little person with a line through it. This means that this section cannot be viewed by students. When I click into topic 1, I can then see it breaks it down by each lesson, and then I can see my test bank where I can give students assessments as well. If I go into a specific lesson, I will see all of the different features that go with that particular lesson. You can click on any of these in order to see exactly what it is that you would be assigning to students. If you select the text, you can notice that students will get assigned this chunk of text to go through. And then it will provide some check questions at the end of that section of text. There are primary sources, interactive charts, and other things in here as well. There will be another video that will go specifically into using the quizzes and assessments within Realize. Right now, we're going to just focus on assigning content. Once you find what you want to assign, there are two different ways to assign. You can assign multiple things at once, or you can assign one thing at a time. I oftentimes find it easier to assign one thing at a time to students, so that way students see an individual checklist for each assignment as opposed to a bunch of assignments attached to one major assignment. Before I start assigning, I want to note whatever names my classes have. So in order to do this, you will not need to add any classes to Savvis Realize. You'll notice that all of your classes are already set up for you. Those classes are set up through PowerSchool. So notice all three of these that I'm showing here have been linked in Google Classroom. I strongly suggest you not use the import Google classes because we have the stuff because we have the classes syncing from Google or from PowerSchool. you won't need to create anything. Do note whatever the exact name of the course is, because you will need that in order to assign the content. Clicking back to browse and into our US history book, we're going to just head to topic 1, lesson 1 to do some assigning. In my first assignment, I want students to watch the Lincoln's Plan for Reconstruction, and maybe they're just reading text 1. I'm selecting 2 things here. In order to assign these, I come back up to the top, select Assign Selected To. I will put in the due dates. I can add start and end times to my due dates, keeping in mind that this is when this assignment will disappear from students' feed. So if you need more time for this to be in students' feed, you'll want to set your date a little bit further out. You can provide instructions, and then here in the blank is where you want to start typing in your class name or specific student names exactly as they appear in your class list, and then you'll want to click Assign. It's now created and realized. Now this says it will appear in Google Classroom soon. Do keep in mind, because of how we have students logging into accounts, it is probably best if you use that unique link that I can provide so that students can log in that way as opposed to logging in through that Google Classroom feature. I have not yet tested it. Maybe you might find it works just perfectly. You'll also have in here where you can click the e-text. Students will also be able to select and view the e-text and read the book this way. When they view the e-text, the reader will provide read aloud for them, as well as the ability to quickly access different sections in their book by clicking on the menu in the table of contents. Here you can click through the book. You will be able to put this up on your board at any time as well to show different sections of the text. Heading back to our table of contents, you'll notice that all of your table of contents are here. And then as you go through different resources, you will notice that some resources like these here are again restricted from students. So keep in mind that students will only be able to see certain resources when you share them. They will not have access to those things ahead of time. For example, the editable presentation, America and the World Economy, not accessible to students, although it can be assigned. Once you assign it, then students will have access. You can also add things to your playlist. Creating a playlist helps you curate and collect content in whatever way you might choose. If you have any questions about the United States Reconstruction to the present, please let me know. We're going to head back to Savas, and this time we're going to browse the new Project Imagine United States History. So this is a new tool that goes with the Reconstruction to the Present book. It provides other interactives and abilities for students to navigate other resources. If we go into immigration, for example, you'll notice that there are some student projects, there's some launch it activities, and then there's a bunch of exploring activities as well. There's a ability for students to explore Little Italy, click on different things, take a tour. There's lots of interactives available within Project Imagine. You'll be able to search Project Imagine by using the search bar at the top, or note that they have the major chunks of your text already available that you can click on. They also have a primary source library where you can locate lots of different primary source documents, as well as audio content that you can share. There are videos in here, graphs, images, and even more. I strongly consider you to give this a look. I think that there are a lot of great extras that you can use with students right in Realize.